What's going on, guys? On this episode of Prodigy Simply Fit podcast, I'm going solo today and I'm talking about 5 fitness success tips that no one often talks about. All right, so sit back and enjoy this episode of Prodigy's Simply Fit. Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew here with Prodigy Simply Fit podcast. And like I said, today I'm going solo. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about 5 tips to have fitness success that no one often talks about, right? Like, we're always talking about, working out, right? So for example, here at Prodigy, we're big believers in strength training, right? So to be successful on your strength training journey or your fitness journey, we're talking about, finding the right modality of fitness. We talk about, dieting and making sure we're eating the right foods or drinking a lot of water, whatever it may be. But here are 5 things that I think are crucial to fitness success that people don't often talk about. And so, number 1, you don't have to be perfect. I think that there is this huge kind of misconception that, you have to work out 7 days a week and, you have to work out for an hour a day and, you have to do certain types of things. And when you miss those days, when you're not perfect, right, you end up frustrated, right? You end up thinking that, because I missed a day, I took, 15 steps backwards and, I'm never going to reach the ultimate goal of my journey, so I'm just going to stop. When in reality, you don't have to be perfect, right? I own a gym and there are days where I don't work out. There's days where I plan on working out and I miss that workout. Right? I'm not perfect. And that's okay. What instead you need to focus on is getting back on the wagon, right? Being consistent with getting back on the wagon, right? You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall off the wagon, and that's okay. You're gonna miss a workout, right? A work meeting may get scheduled on the calendar when you planned on working out that day, and that's okay. You don't have to be perfect, right? Just get back on the wagon the next day. The other thing to think about is you may have, had the plan of working out for an hour, right? Going to the gym and getting a really good workout session in, but something happens. Well, guess what? Maybe you get a 5-minute workout. Maybe you get a 10-minute workout. It's not perfect, right? It's not ideal, but it works. So have that mentality that you don't have to be perfect, right? Number 2, you won't be motivated, right? We get all this talk about fitness motivation and, being motivated and this and that. Well, guess what? Working out is really uncomfortable, right? It's a huge step outside of our comfort zone. We have evolved to seek comfort, right? That's what has kind of kept us alive. And working out is uncomfortable. Your heart rate increases, your respiratory rate increases, you start sweating, your muscles burn, all that stuff, right? And it's uncomfortable, and we don't want to be uncomfortable. So we are going to err on the side of sitting on our couch, binge watching Netflix, because that's comfortable for us, right? When in reality, what's better for us is to work out. So realize that you're not going to be motivated. One of the biggest things that I always hear from family and friends, for example, is that, I'm just not motivated to work out. But guess what? I own a gym, and there are days where I'm not motivated to work out. You're not going to be motivated. But instead, what I want you to focus on is take actionable steps and build momentum, right? Build momentum. Building that momentum and being consistent with that momentum and realizing, going back to our first point, you don't have to be perfect, right? But building that momentum, taking those small steps is going to lead to success, which is going to lead to you being more motivated than you were before, right? So don't wait to be motivated, right? Just take a step, right? Lace up those shoes and go for a walk around your block, right? Lace up those shoes and go for a little bit of a run. Maybe you go to the gym and you do 5 push-ups and then you leave. Whatever it is, right? You're just taking small actionable steps towards your goals, right? That's going to build momentum, which is then going to lead you to being motivated. All right, so that was number 2. Number 3, kind of along those same lines of the first 2, is having a plan is great, but action is even better, right? So I'm going to kind of give you a kind of a quick little story of, actually from the business side. So, I have a business coach, and, we sit down and we map out, our marketing plan for the quarter, right? For example, what are we going to do to help kind of grow the business? And as we end every kind of quarterly meeting that way with my coach, he always says, okay, cool. What action steps are you going to take, right? And what he means by that is you can have the best plan in the world, right? Like I can put together the best marketing plan that I know how, but if I don't actually take action on that marketing plan, then that plan is useless, right? So you can, on your fitness journey, you can develop the best plan in the world. Like I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna go to the gym and lift weights Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm gonna go hiking on Saturdays, and I'm gonna walk with my friends on Sunday, whatever it is, right? I'm gonna eat this way, and I'm gonna drink X amount of water and all that stuff. Great. If you have that plan in place, awesome. But if you don't take action on that, right? If that plan just sits on a piece of paper on your refrigerator and you don't actually take action on that plan, then that plan is kind of useless. So what I want you to think is, yes, a plan is great, but action is better. And even kind of along that same lines, imperfect action is better, right? I would rather you just start doing something than you sit there and try to plan out a plan, putting together a plan. I would rather you take imperfect action, kind of learn from your mistakes, learn from your struggles, right? And then that kind of develops into something, right? So don't be afraid to just take action, right? You don't have a plan, maybe you want to lose weight, but you don't know how to do it. Just go for a walk, right? Just start drinking a few more glasses of water a day. Just start cutting out whatever it may be. Just take action, right? Just take action, and you're gonna start to see some success. And then you can sit down and really focus on developing a plan that's gonna work for you. All right? So that was number 3. Number 4, your journey doesn't have to be complicated. I think far too often we try to overcomplicate things. At the end of the day, our bodies were meant to move. And the reason why we are facing an obesity and a diabetes epidemic is the fact that we've stopped moving, right? Technology is great. The Industrial Revolution was great, right? But it has caused us to become sedentary. And at the end of the day, our bodies were meant to move. And at the end of the day, in order for us to get back to our roots, we have to move. And it's simple. Go for a walk, right? Walking is such a great thing. And it's something that's often kind of overlooked or kind of put off to the side of like, oh, it's just walking. Walking is great, right? So your journey doesn't have to be complicated, right? Like you don't have to, follow, this super crazy diet and this military-esque like workout program to see success. At the end of the day, lean proteins, fruits and veggies, drink a ton of water, and get in a ton of movement, and that's it. You're gonna see success. It's as simple as that, right? So don't overcomplicate your journey, right? Keep it simple, all right? And then lastly, your journey has to be unique. I think one of the things that I hear from our prospective members when they're coming in and meeting with us initially is like, oh, I follow XYZ on Instagram or social media, whatever it is, and I'm doing what they're doing. Well, guess what? What people put on social media is always their best foot forward, right? They're showing you, the most complicated exercises when in reality, it took them a while to get there, all right? When in reality, those exercises that they are doing may not be the best for you, right? So you have to create a journey that's unique to you, right? It may be, unique to your lifestyle, unique to your likes, unique to physical abilities and previous injuries and things like that, right? You may not be able to follow XYZ influencer's workout program because it's has a lot of jumping in it, for example, and your knees hurt, right? Whatever it is. So you have to find what's unique to you and realize that, yes, you can work out with your buddies, right? We're huge believers in finding that social support and working out with your buddies. But at the same time, you have to realize that the journey that they're on is going to be different than the journey that you're on, right? And you guys can support each other. You guys can hold each other accountable to make sure you guys are staying on your each individual journeys, but you have to realize that your journeys are going to be a little bit different, okay? So today was super short, super sweet, right? We had 5 kind of fitness success tips that no one often talks about. Number 1, right? You don't have to be perfect. It's okay if you mess up. Just make sure that you get back on the wagon. Number 2, you won't ever be motivated, and that's okay. Instead, focus on building momentum instead of waiting to be motivated. Number 3, a plan is great, right? Planning out what you want to accomplish is great, but taking action is better, right? And even if it's imperfect action, right? Take imperfect action, all right? Number 4, it doesn't have to be complicated, right? Kind of the old adage of keep it simple, stupid, right? Keep it simple. Keeping it simple is what's going to be successful for you, all right? And then lastly, it's your journey. It has to be unique to you, okay? All right, guys, as always, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask. We'd be more than happy to answer them for you. If you're a busy mom or dad in the Tri-Valley area and you're looking to lose weight, get stronger, have more energy, if you're frustrated because, you've tried every diet or you've tried every workout plan and you just don't feel like you're making any progress, we would absolutely love to help you, all right? Just shoot us a message and we'll get you in for a free 2-week trial, all right? So hope you guys are having a great day. As always, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.